matter to me.
This is no protest. This is a war on law itself.
Well, it looks like they've crossed a line that can't be uncrossed. Democrats aren't just opposing immigration enforcement. They're actively putting targets on the backs of federal agents and their families. A new master ICE tracker website is publishing personal information on officers, turning them into sitting ducks for violent attacks. One agent already took a rock to the head that nearly killed him. Attacks are up 1,000%. Governors and mayors are ordering local police to arrest federal officers. This is not resistance. It is insurrection. And now the Justice Department is striking back with federal investigations that could put these politicians behind bars. And what happens next will determine if we still have a country. So keep on watching. But it's been all over the news lately. President Trump's renewed focus on American mining and critical minerals. And right now, District Copper Corps is right in the middle of it, trading under the ticker CAXPF. They've just announced a major U.S. partnership with Reacher Gold LLC, unlocking access to proven gold and silver assets across Nevada, Arizona, and Utah. These aren't just exploration projects. They are real infrastructure-ready properties with verified stockpiles and historical high-grade production. This partnership gives District Copper immediate U.S. production potential and a powerful position in the metals market. And with Washington investing billions to secure domestic copper and rare earth supplies, their cross-border strategy combining Canadian strength with new U.S. assets could not be better timed. Check out the link in the description to learn more. And big thanks to District Copper Corps for sponsoring today's video. We just got this in. The Attorney General Pam Bondi announcing investigations into Governor J.B. Pritzker, Lori Lightfoot, and others for targeting ICE agents. Lightfoot is being immediately instructed to preserve all documents related to her actions.
JB Back Ribs Pritzker, they're doxing, they're JB Back Ribs Pritzker, they're doxing, they're telling people the whereabouts of ICE agents. Is that legal?
No. And Jesse, first time I've seen the Lori Lightfoot video is just now on your show. She will be getting a letter from us tomorrow to preserve anything that she's done as well to make sure that she's not violating the law. It appears she is. You cannot disclose the identity of a federal agent, where they live, anything that could harm them. Pritzker, same ball game with him. And, you know, Pelosi got a letter today from Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. So did Brooke Jenkins, that DA in San Francisco. We told them, preserve your emails, preserve everything you have on this topic, because if you are telling people to arrest our ICE officers, our federal agents, you cannot do that. You're impeding an investigation, and we will charge them if they think they have not met me, because we will charge them if they are violating the law. We will protect our federal agents. Please. They're out there working nonstop, as you're showing right now during a shutdown. These people are out there working to keep Californians safe, yet you've got Pelosi out there saying to obstruct their investigation. You can't do it, and we're going to investigate her now, as well as that DA. And Pritzker's on the list too, Jesse.
JB
Pelosi, Pritzker, they are all on the list under investigation now. CNN is demonizing immigration officials. Rioters hit Chief Bovino in the head with a rock, which could have killed him, but of course CNN left that part out of the story.
Protesters run over. In this video, you can see Border Patrol Chief Gregory Bovino appearing to throw a tear gas canister toward anti-ICE protesters on Thursday.
Oh, no.
So right here, we're freezing the video so you can see it more clearly. As the protesters run away, the camera shows a cloud of smoke in that area. The Department of Homeland Security says protesters threw rocks, prompting Bovino to throw that canister of tear gas. And in a statement, they say, quote, the use of chemical munitions was conducted in full accordance with CBP policy and was necessary to ensure the safety of both law enforcement and the public. In this video,
they conveniently leave out the part where he got hit in the head and almost died. Democrats want illegal immigration so they can change the demographics of our country and steal elections. Rhinos like illegals because they want to get cheap labor and undercut the wages of American citizens. Nate Morris.
You know, and remember, Brian, there's two groups of people in our country that like illegal immigration. Number one, it's the Democrats. Why did the Democrats want to do this? They want to change electoral politics. They are trying to change the demographics of our country so they can have a permanent blue majority. The other group of people that like illegals are Rhino Republicans who like cheap labor. You know, 19 of my family members worked in an auto plant in Kentucky. The fact that we have people in our own party that are trying to undercut the American worker by employing illegals and helping to illegals get into their companies, it's absolutely disgraceful. So it's really on both fronts. And remember,
rhinos, they're just as bad. Scott Jennings eviscerated Ronald Rivera after he attacked ICE agents for wearing masks on duty. Oh boy, this should be good.
Reason they're wearing masks.
Masks should be banned in law enforcement. What kind of world can we have where cops come into your door and they're masked?
Scott.
Counterpoint, the reason they're wearing masks, which, by the way, their director, Todd Lyons, he doesn't want them to have to wear masks. He's against the masks. The reason they're wearing them is because you have a dedicated group of people out there, and some of them, unfortunately, are Democrat political officials who are doxing them and their families and putting them in harm's way. They face 1,000% increase in violent attacks this year. These people are in harm's way every day, and they are protecting themselves and their families.
Masks should be banned.
Waldo's face. Yeah, he knows he's right. President Trump responding to a reporter about being asked about Representative Dan Golden calling on NYPD and ICE agents who says they're acting illegally.
Well, I know.
What's your reaction to Representative Dan Goldman calling on NYPD to arrest ICE agents who he says are acting illegally? He says they are illegally assaulting people and illegally detaining people at immigration courts in New York.
Well, I know Dan, and Dan's a loser. You understand. He's a guy that doesn't have what it takes. He's been trying so hard, and they're exhausted. I mean, it's so ridiculous, right? A suggestion like that. So, they're just trying so hard, and it's not working. They've even now started imitating me, of all people. They want to imitate me, and they start using foul language, but they use too much of it. You can't use the F word 7 times in one sentence. It doesn't work. It might work once every 7 news conferences, but you can't do it. You can't do it 7 times in one sentence. So I don't know. They're really they're in big trouble, that party. Go ahead.
What's your
Democrat Party in deep trouble? Here we have ICE officers. Drew Hernandez writes, deserve a raise for having to get the fat ones under control.
I'm not resisting. What are you doing? You're under arrest for making the I never said a threat. I never said anything. I never said anything. I never said anything.
You got her, man. Hey.
Back up. All right. I want you to let me go.
Let's go. You can record. Let's back up. Thank you.
I will if you let me go. I'm not resisting.
We have a beached whale. Now, here's more from Pam Bondi. They're not going to get away with it anymore. They got letters today in California.
They got these letters today in California because they cannot impede a federal investigation. They cannot impede federal officers doing their jobs. They're out there risking their lives every single day and night to keep the people of California safe. Yet these lawmakers are insane. They're truly insane by what they're doing. And Donald Trump is not going to put up with it. We are going to protect our men and women in blue. We're going to protect all of our law enforcement agents, and these politicians aren't going to get away with it anymore.
They're not going to get away with it. The press secretary responds to the unhinged plan for Democrats to create a master ICE tracker.
Tracker apps. This is actively putting the lives of our ICE agents at risk. We've seen media outlets, in fact, in this room also write stories about ICE tracker apps that Democrats and other left-wing activists have created to track the location of ICE agents on the ground in our communities. Again, I've said this repeatedly, and I will continue to say it. The men and women of ICE are outstanding people. I wish a Democrat on Capitol Hill would actually have the courage or the guts to stand up to their party and sit down with some of these men and women who are doing this incredibly difficult job of enforcing our federal immigration laws. They are, again, simply trying to enforce the law and do their jobs. And if Democrats spent a little bit more time understanding that and also focusing on the people who they are trying to get out of our country every single day. As I spoke about earlier, 3 innocent people in California are dead because an illegal alien who Democrats let into this country was wrongfully issued a trucker's driving license and clearly was not fit for the job. job because he was driving intoxicated and killed 3 innocent people. Democrats should focus a little bit more on that. Stop trying to fight this president and this administration on every turn and restore law and order. That's all that we and these brave men and women of ICE are trying to do.
But they're going to go ahead and try to track them, dox them. Steve Miller talking about the blood.
The rioters. You have Democrats in New York City, for example, encouraging the rioters who are assaulting ICE officers, removing criminal aliens from their communities. You have Democrats trying to create tracking apps to tell the criminals, the fugitives, the rapists, the killers, the cartel members where and when ICE is going to be. You have Governor Pritzker trying to get ICE out of his city to protect illegal alien monsters who are committing crimes against children, against women, instead of protecting American citizens. This is a party that has embraced full-scale insurrection against the laws of the United States. You look at that arrest in Canal Street, for example, those 9 individuals, all illegal immigrants from Africa, almost all of whom were released into the country by the Biden administration. You have among them dozens of arrests, forgery, counterfeiting, drug dealing, narcotics trafficking, assault, battery, theft, domestic violence. And Democrats are saying these illegal aliens caught and released by the Biden administration not only should stay in our country, but they'll violently attack any federal officer who tries to remove them. And then more breaking news reported out by Fox's own Bill Maloogian. 3 people just died in California, killed by an illegal alien on the road, driving a semi-truck that was allowed into the country, caught and released by Joe Biden, and put on the road by Gavin Newsom. How much more blood has to be spilled by Democrats, Sean, before this madness stops?
They don't care because it's collateral damage for their end game. Here's Tulsi Gabbard.
The Democrat. Jesse reminds me of the reason why I and so many others have left the Democrat Party. When you look at this party that is more interested in protecting criminals, cartel members, gangs, those who are causing incredible harm, ravaging our communities across the country, than they are actually standing up for the victims. You see a party that in many cases celebrated the assassination of Charlie Kirk. You see a party now that is essentially putting the lives of our law enforcement and their families at great risk. This is not the values of our country. This is not the values of the First Amendment and peaceful protest. This is a party that's undermining the very foundation of our country and putting the American people at risk, which is why President Trump, throughout his entire campaign, he promised the American people, I will make America safe again. I will secure our borders, and I will go after these cartels and gangs who are terrorizing the American people, raping young girls, causing incredible harm. And that's exactly what he's doing. I think the thing that's interesting to point out here, Jesse, is as you look at these law enforcement officers who are working for ICE, ICE's recruitment numbers have skyrocketed since President Trump took office, even in the face of these kinds of threats coming from some very powerful Democrat politicians across the country. Why is that? Because they are signing up to serve and protect the American people.
Despite the fact that they are putting their lives at risk by putting out these trackers, people are still signing up. That's how much they love this country. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next. What is this called? It's called treason, plain and simple. When you publish the home addresses of federal agents, when you incite violence against law enforcement, when you order police to arrest the people defending your borders, you are not a politician anymore. You are now an enemy of the state. Attorney General Pam Bondi gets it. She's launching investigations into Pritzker, Lightfoot, Pelosi, and every politician who thinks they can wage war on our defenders. Her message was crystal clear. If you think I won't charge you, you haven't met me. The gloves are off. Meanwhile, 3 more Americans are dead because an illegal alien released by Biden was driving drunk. Their blood is on the hands of every Democrat who dismantled border enforcement. So here's my question. Should politicians who dox ICE agents be charged with federal crimes? Yes or no? Sound off below. And support the fight. Check out our Patriot gear in the merch shop. You'll find it linked in the description.